All right, can you see me? 50 facts about Maggie that you are dying to know. Can you see me now? Like my plant? I like these flowers better. Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Maggie and I have a blog and it's called honestlymaggie.com. One of my New Year's resolutions this year was to start a YouTube channel as an extension of my blog. So if you already know me through that, thank you so much for joining me on this channel. And for those of you who don't know me, hopefully you'll get to know me a little bit better by these 50 facts about me tag. So without further ado, here are 50 facts about me. Alright, so the first fact about me is my real name is actually Margaret. And that's the name that's on my birth certificate, but I was called Maggie my whole life and I never go by Margaret. My middle name is Grace and my maiden name is Olsen, and no, I'm not related to the Olsen twins. And in 2011, my last name changed to Fromm when I got married to my husband, Brandon. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a lifestyle DIY fashion blog called honestlymaggie.com, and I have a bachelor's degree in broadcasting and cinema. Right after I graduated college, I worked briefly for a local PBS station, and then shortly after working there, I moved on to another opportunity. Right now, for my career, my full-time job, I'm a licensed real estate salesperson, aka realtor. So I work for a real estate company here in upstate New York, and I have a specialized knowledge in new construction. In 2014, as you know, if you've been following my blog, Brandon and I purchased a fixer-upper home, and we've been renovating our house since day one. We live in the upstairs of our home because the downstairs of our home is completely unfinished, and we call it our studio apartment. So we have a bedroom, a bathroom, a little sink area, and then where I'm sitting is our living room, dining room, TV, and kitchenette area. Another fun fact about our home is we do not have a kitchen right now. What we have is actually a closet kitchen. I'm looking at it right over there. It's a upcycled desk that we turned into a countertop with a hot plate for a burner, a microwave, and a toaster oven. And then we have a very minimal amount of silverware, pots, pans, dishes, things like that. After we bought our house, Brandon and we actually didn't move in right away. We moved in about 2 years ago in January of 2015. I cannot believe it's been 2 years already. I come from a big family. I have 5 sisters and 1 brother, and I am number 5 in the line of children in my home. Brandon and I do not have pets. We do have a ceramic cat though, and we also do not have children. Interesting fact about me is I collect white vases of all shapes and sizes. This probably doesn't come as a surprise, but, and I hate to sound cliche, but I love traveling. In my life so far, I've visited 10 countries. Since Brandon and I love to travel so much, we go on road trips very often. One of the most memorable road trips that we've been on was a couple years ago, right before we bought our house. We flew to Seattle, Washington, and we rented a car and we drove down the Pacific Coast Highway along Highway 1 down to Monterey Bay. And then we traveled up north a little bit to San Francisco and then flew home from San Francisco. My favorite food on the planet is curry, anything with curry in it. I love Indian curry, Thai curry, spicy curry, anything with curry in it's my favorite food. I was named after my grandmother. My grandmother's name is Margaret and she went by Margaret. Growing up, I lived in the same house my entire life. My parents actually still live there, and growing up we did not have cable TV, and I still do not have cable TV. I've never had it. Actually, my favorite show right now, and has been for a while, is Judge Judy. I think she's hilarious, and I just like that she's like a no BS kind of lady. I drink my coffee black, but I have to have something sweet to eat with it because I have a major sweet tooth. I have had two surgeries in my life, and both of them have been on my head. One surgery was, I had tubes put in my ear when I was in South Africa, actually. And the second surgery was a few years ago. I had surgery on my nose for a deviated septum. And the only bone I've ever broken on my body is my nose. The surgery was to correct the broken nose that happened when I was a teenager. My first job when I turned 16 was at American Eagle Outfitters. My favorite alcohol is tequila, and my favorite margaritas are the ones that Brandon makes because they just really are the best. If you're wondering, Brandon and I met when we were in college. I was actually a year ahead of Brandon, and so we met when I was a sophomore and he was a freshman. We actually didn't start dating until after I graduated from college. So when I was a senior in college, I lived off campus in an apartment with 4 other girls. We had so much fun. We had the best apartment, and it was upstairs above a bagel shop, and it was seriously the best apartment on the planet. Does anyone else's hair shed like crazy? This probably won't come as a surprise to you if you've read my blog, but I love shopping at consignment stores and thrift stores. I do shop at, regular stores, and I do buy like non-thrift store clothing sometimes, but I just have a love for like classic vintage clothing, and I love getting a good deal. I mean, let's be honest, like consignment stores and thrift stores, you get a really good deal if you can find something. Sometimes you can find things with the tags on them still. So, I mean, I love getting a good deal. So that's part of the reason, but also the other reason is you can a lot of times find really unique things that you can't find in a normal store. So I shop at thrift stores and consignments all the time. I have an obsession with pillow covers. I have quite the collection. Most of them are in storage in my garage because I live in a tiny little studio apartment in the upstairs of my home. But yeah, I used to work at Pottery Barn, another fact, and that's when my obsession of pillow covers started, when I was working there. I used to journal a lot when I was in high school and college, and I still will journal from time to time, but again, my blog, because I've been blogging for the past several years, that's sort of turned into my own personal blog. So I've just been writing more on that, and it's just a way for me to collect my thoughts. Another fact about me is I'm a chronic list maker. I love crossing things off a list or checking boxes, and sometimes I can't even like start my day unless I have a list of things that I want to do. Or if I'm running errands, I have to plot out where I'm going so I make the most efficient use of my time. It's just a way to help keep me focused because I can tend to be a little bit ADD. So if I have a list, I can stay on track much easier. I grind my teeth at night. I grind my teeth so much that I have to wear a special night guard to protect my teeth in the back from clenching. I drive a red Mini Cooper, and yeah, that was the first car that I bought myself right when I graduated college. And yes, it's a manual transmission, and I love driving that car, and it's really fun to zip around in. The book I'm currently reading is Girl Boss by Sophia Amoruso. My favorite romantic comedies are a tie between 2 movies, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and 13 Going on 30. My sisters and I would watch both of those movies, and like laugh and laugh and laugh. My best friends, they actually call me Margot, not Maggie, and the reason is because we have another friend in our circle of girlfriends. Her name is also Maggie, and so to differentiate between the two of us, they call her Maggie and they call me Margot. All right, this is a really awesome fact. I love this. So the acronym for me and Brandon's initials is BAMF, Brandon and Maggie From. And when we write notes, or if we are like writing a thank you card or sending a holiday card, we'll sometimes to like a few people will be like, love, BAMF, and it's really funny. Oh, that battery light is intimidating me because it's dying. Okay. So yeah, those are 50 facts about me. Thank you so much for sticking around if you watched the whole way through. I've got a lot of great content lined up for this year, both on my blog, honestlymaggie.com, and this YouTube channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I've got tons of great content lined up, so don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.